Okay, my name here. Day 4 of Days of Remberce. Denmark's patriotic burglar. During the early spring of 1940, Adolf Hitler's army of 2.5 million soldiers had been altered along the French border for more than 7 months, waiting for the signal to launch Castle Yellow. The invasions of France, Belgium, and the Netherlands, the offense that had been postponed 19 times for various reasons. Suddenly on April 9th, the Fuhrer diverted his attention from France and the Low Countries and set his shock troops northwest to seize tiny, defenseless Denmark in a single day. For a period of time, the Germans allowed the Danes to manage their own affairs under what was termed the operation of the Third Reich, but the Danes of pride and Sutlet people worked jointly against their conspiracy. Numerous underground cells were formed. The patriots against the Herder-Brewers, the Brewers continued against the electrical system, the pensions to show sabotage against the railroads, and the Prussians attacked the lake clearers of value of the Germans. A German captain was beaten to death in Östersund. A German troop train exploded near Elborg. German naval officers scuttled their ships in Copenhagen harbor, and a truck filled with frugal field gray, the average German soldier plummeted into abyss at night. After a bridge had been dismantled severely in the wake of these and many other incidents of violence against the occupying force, the Germans dropped all persons of condition and declared martial law. In August 1943, King Christian X, the symbol of Danish resistance to countless citizens, was arrested and put under military guard, and parliament ceased to function. The Danish police force was dismantled and leaders sent to German concentration camps. Not all Danes were patriots. A tiny minority of them collaborated with the Germans. One of those carrying favor and gaining aid to the occupiers was Hans Petersen, who was about 40 years of age and had spent half of his life serving a series of terms in prison. Before the war, Petersen had been known as the country's most dangerous burglar. HP, he had become known to the Danes, would burglarize a house, then detail amount of what was taken and how much it was worth to the newspapers for publication. On another occasion, he broke into and spent a weekend in the house of a Danish chief of police who was out of town with his family on a brief vacation. Peterson was reported to the press that it was a nice house, but that it is pedestrian and anyone by invasion person. Once HP had confessed that he had taken his loot to London, where he had soon after Richard had seized Denmark. HP put the rich country. He was so on a regular basis, eating and drinking with German officers. The provided later even wore a fancy tailored German uniform and made a point to actually snub any Dane he had known before World War II. Members of the Danish underground plotted to kill the turncoat on revival of the many islands that make up Denmark. The Germans had taken over a factory and converted it to making airplane parts for the Luftwaffe. The Danish underground decided to blow up the plant. Fighting was done and details resistance were resistance personnel were assigned to eliminate German guards outside the factory. Others were to smuggle dynamite and issue against the no moon would fizzle for and issue Russia almost everything that sabotage planned and journal and message he had been sent to him in the past by unknown source and giving details of German plans. He had been much specific on the identity of the sender because all of the information in the notes had proven to accelerate the riddle, and I would be in the factory at midnight in 2 days from now. I will be in German uniform. I will open the locks on the gate. Unlike previous messages, this one was assigned with the initials HP. Now in insert debate over among resistance leader what has Pearson, who had been cozying up to the Germans to be trusted. Was this note from him or some kind of mission by the Gestapo to kill or capture the saboteurs? It was finally decided to take a chance, but a provision had been made to make certain that Peterson was killed in the event. The Germans set a trap at a factory. At midnight, none of them struck the plant. Senators were silenced, and the hidden dynamite was lugged to the front gate. Minutes later, Peterson, wearing his junior uniform, arrived. The resistance men tensed and gripped their weapons. At a moment now, firing could erupt from the saddles, sounding in a hoarse whisper. The burglar said, "If anything happens to me, I want my name to be cleared." He began picking at the lock. 2 minutes later, the gates swung open. Instead of Peterson stole into the building with the saboteurs group of went to different areas to place dynamite. I was to set a fuse myself, Peterson explained. Minutes later, one of engineers, the saboteurs snuck into the main building and controlled safe distance to the soon loud boom, then another boom, then another. The explosions lit up the black left out the factory except piles of rubble and twisted machinery. All the fighters had emerged from the building before the blast, but Hans Peterson, who had been masquerading as a German sympathizer, had not come out. 24 hours later, resistance member guided in to hold a brief memorial service for the patriotic burglar who had sacrificed his life for his country. What's that? I can see a veteran, and they want to, and I look upset. Maybe they want a tea or a friend. I think the World War I, World War II, so I can make these videos. Then I'll do day 5 tomorrow, and I hope that's it.